Hey everybody, this is Todd Hetty from Head First Performance, talking to all you people that have signed up for the first race of the Shelbyville Triathlon Series or want to, because there's still an opportunity to do so on race day morning. Actually, when I'm recording this, you've still got a couple hours today, but that closes at midnight tonight, which is Wednesday night before the race. Just wanted to do a little to take you through what's going to happen and the rules for all you new people, and that's what a lot of this is going to focus on. So just bear with us. Everybody should listen to it because there might be some information that if you don't get, you'll mess something up on Sunday and not feel real smart about doing it. So I'll get through it as quick as I can and we'll go from there. The race will start at 8:30, so packet pickup and late registration for those that are interested will start around 7:30 at 717 Burks Branch Road, that's Shelbyville, and it will be in the front office or the front lobby of the Family Activity Center there in Clear Creek Park. You can't miss it once you pull in. The transition area will also open around 7:30. It will be behind that Family Activity Center. Please, everybody, if you're thinking you're going to be leaving at any point, if you're a faster athlete, don't park around by the transition area, because a long time after you get done, there's still going to be people coming in, and we don't want that traffic issue, okay? It's 100 yards from the front of the building around to the transition area. We can all push our bikes that far. So please park around front unless you know you're going to be the last one to leave the place. Like I said, the race will start at 8:30. The weather they're calling for right now, it looks like it's going to be about 40 on start time on Sunday, which is incredible weather for February. So we got to be thankful for that. But we do build this race as reverse for the first one, so we will continue to do it in that order. So the run will start down by the transition area, and it's a very simple run. It's out and back, a 3K. It rolls a little bit, but there's no major hills on it or anything. It's a great run. You'll go almost to the back service gate of the park, turn around and come back. There's no traffic or anything on the run because it all stays contained in the park. Once you come back to the transition area, you will go to your bike. For all you new people, the most important thing before you leave that transition area, your helmet must be on and buckled. You don't get to leave the transition area until that happens. You will push your bike out of transition. We'll have timing mats there, both coming and going out of transition. So you will push your bike across that transition mat before you mount your bike. Once you're across and mounted, you can take off. You'll go out of that parking lot and take a right. The trail will be marked, the road will be marked with chalk on the ground at the corners, and also the big yellow arrows that we always use, if you guys are familiar with those, that stand about a foot and a half off the ground and are 18 inches wide. You can't miss them if you're paying attention at all. So look for those arrows. One thing I will point out on the bike course, now the first mile is kind of a narrow little road, so be very, very careful. Always stay on the right. Anytime you're riding, especially in a race, because it is a rule and you can get knocked for time for being across the white line or anything, stay on the right-hand side of the road. Especially these narrow roads. If there's a car coming and pops over a hill and you're in the middle of the road, you will lose that fight every time. So just keep that in mind. But you're going to be making your first turn once you get on the road, and you'll be turning onto Freedom Way. There's a wide shoulder there. I would suggest you ride on that shoulder. But what I do want to point out is that about 100 to 200 yards past that first corner, you're going to be going on a bridge, and there's a lip on that bridge. And if you hit that and you got a lot of weight on your front wheel, there's a good chance you're going to flat. So if you don't get on your aero bars on that, if you're in your aero bars and you see that coming, pull up out of it, take that weight off that wheel, and then once you get off of it, you should be okay. The rest of the loop, it's not that big a deal. You'll go through there. Your next turn will be off of Freedom's Way, and you're still going to be on to a big curve, or excuse me, there's going to be a big shoulder on the road. You can still ride that shoulder because that's going to be a busy road there too. Once you make the full loop, you'll come back into the parking lot, Be very careful. Once you turn into that parking lot, start slowing down. If you get into that parking lot and everybody wants to hit their brakes at the last moment going into transition area, that can cause a pileup, okay? Avoid that. Just slow down. Get off your bike before you cross that transition mat. You'll have people there telling you dismount here, dismount here. Keep that in mind. On the bike, like I said, I already mentioned, stay on the right. That's a rule. No drafting. You new people, that means that you can't be within 3 bike lengths of the person in front of you. Getting the advantage of their draft. It's an individual sport. So once you get to that point, you have to keep going and pass that person. If you're the person being passed, once you see somebody coming up to pass you, you have to allow them to make that pass, drop back out of that zone, that drafting zone, and then you can do it. If you see them coming up and you speed up, that's called an overtaking violation, and you can get penalized for that also. Take your bike into transition. Once you rack your bike, you'll run out of the transition the same way you ran in. As you'll notice, anytime you're on foot, you're going to go into one end of transition, and anytime you got your bike with you, you're going to go into the other. That's the easiest way to break it down. You're going to go into the back door of the pool, so you'll go up through the grass. It'll be marked with flags. You'll cross another mat in there. You'll go to the your right of the pool. You can either get in off the wall, jump. There is no diving in the pool, or there's a set of stairs there, so you can go down those stairs also to get in the pool. You'll go down the lane on your right, make your turn, come back down on your right, under the rope, and then the same thing in the second lane, third lane, all the way through all 8 lanes. That'll give you your 400 yards. You'll get out at the far end of the pool, and as soon as your chip crosses that mat, you end your time. So you can get out on the ladder, you can climb up on the wall, whichever is the easiest for you and the most expedient. Just a few things to keep in mind when you're swimming. Don't try to kill each other out there. You know, it's just for fun. Don't swim over top of each other. Don't be that guy. If you see somebody that is a lot faster than you, you're a better biker and runner, and then they're catching up on you swim, be polite. Let them go around. Get as far over your right as you can, or take another second on the wall and let them pass you at the wall. Just use a little common decency. Also, if you're the faster swimmer and you're coming up on somebody, there's a good chance they're not going to know you're behind them. So kind of tap them on their foot, give them a second to react. Everything should be cool that way, because a lot of people, they're going to be open swimming, and then at another time there might be 5 people that got off the bike at the same time and get in the pool at the same time. So there will be those spotty crowds in the pool, but if we all work together, we'll get through it just fine. After the race is over, there'll be snacks in the party room, and just a few minutes later, we'll do some award ceremonies. Also, the showers will be open, so you can get a shower before you head home. Thanks, everybody. We hope to see you on Sunday.